now all of a sudden, we work hard and finances become a little easier and, we grow and can do more things. But when you're starting out with young babies and kids and just getting married, it's like you can't rub two nickels together. So it takes a
Exactly.
little bit to get there.
Absolutely. A lot of time.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, we'll wait just a few more minutes here to see if anybody else pops on. Anybody got any exciting stuff going on in their world this week? Nothing? Morning, Mac.
Hi, kiddo.
Good
Going
morning.
on. Morning, Matt.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Oh, just dealing with a puppy running around my house.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Brand new one?
Newer, yeah. Just,
Okay.
empty nester, but now we have to have another dog.
Yeah, of course.
Like, that doesn't make sense, but whatever.
Why not? Your life gets simpler, and then you're like, no, we'd like to go back to a little chaos. So
Pretty much. It's all good though.
yeah.
I
Good.
feel your pain. They're my family's itching for a second dog. I'm like, why? Y'all are all leaving. It'll all be up to me. No.
Yep.
That's what happened here. Don't do it.
Yep. That's what our daughter too. She's like, I want a dog. I want a dog. We're like, nope. Now she's got her own dog. Like, great. You can take care of your own dog. So yeah.
And she's building her dog family by fostering dogs.
Yeah.
And see, that's a great way too, because then you never know. Like I have a fabulous dog. She's like the perfect dog. So I know if I get the second one, it's going to be the Hellraiser. It's going to be the one that's all the trouble, eats everything, runs away, something.
Yep. Morning, Anna. Morning, Angela.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
All right. Well, let's get started, just to be mindful of everybody's day and their time. So thanks for showing up. We really appreciate you guys. I mean, when you show up on these Wednesday calls, that's an investment for you and your time and your business, and we appreciate that. And we know it'll pay off. You pick up a couple nuggets every time you tune into these things. So hopefully that helps and you can apply it to your business. So today we wanted to talk about touches, right? A touch system or types of touch systems and how to automate those so that we're really staying in touch with our database and our clients, past clients, people that we've met, just to stay top of mind. So the majority of us have probably been in this business for at least a few years, if not more. I don't know that we've got any newbies here. But so I would assume most of us have a database, right? Anybody on here doesn't have a database of some sort or a CRM? Okay, good. So we all have a database. So as you know, your database it's like a living creature, right? I mean, you have to feed it, you have to touch it, you have to nurture it, otherwise it's going to die, or basically it's just a phone book, right? It's just a bunch of names and maybe emails and phone numbers. But if we aren't really taking care of it and nurturing it, basically it's worthless to us. So that's what we want to talk about, is how do we touch this? How do we feed it? How do we nurture this database so that it produces and it works for us, right? And to do that, obviously when we say we need to feed that database every day, you guys are hopefully out there meeting new people, you're doing open houses, you're whatever, you're door knocking, you're doing whatever you do for your lead generation, and you're meeting people and then you're putting them into your database. But now how, at that point in time, do we stay in touch with them consistently and efficiently so that we are the person that is in their brain when they now need real estate help, right? They may not need it today. They might need it 3 months from now or 3 years from now. We don't know, but we want to be the person that they think of and they call when that need arises. So,
and I want to just interrupt here real quick. Just the need may not be just for the person that you're touching, right? And it may not be a month or 3 months or 6 months out. It might be 2 weeks out, right? So right. What we're going to get into is not only consistency today, but we're going to get into multiple consistencies, multiple touches every month, right? And by doing that, we not only stay in front and top of mind with the people that we're touching, but we're also hoping that when and if they run across somebody that they know that might be interested in some sort of real estate, that we, being top of mind with them, they pass along our name, or they reach out to us and they give us that person's name and contact information so that we can contact them. So we never know who's interested or in the real estate market. We just want to stay in front of everybody as much as we can without overstimulating them with real estate. Right.
Right. So, I don't know, what brokerages everybody's with right now, but, in my past life, you could read 1,000 different books and they all give you a different idea of how often you should be touching your database or your clients. I think, the bare minimum would be once a month, but from everything I've read, that's just not enough, right? That's not enough to keep you top of mind. So if you're just doing a monthly newsletter, I mean, that's great, but I think you've got to just beef it up, right? You've got to be in front of them more often. So I would say anywhere from, 33 to 40 touches a year, which sounds like a lot, is really where that sweet spot is going to be in front of people, right? And so when we talk about touches, like what really is a touch? A touch can be anything from a phone call, a text message, an email, a newsletter, right? A market update, things like that. So I think there's different types of touches. So let's start with, we have a touch that's like an add value touch, right? We're going to send them something that has value. So like our market update, right? What's happening in the market? People want to know. Tips and tricks, things like that, right? You're giving them helpful information that they will use, hopefully keep, and it's an add value type of touch. Then there's the personal touches, right? Around life events. Maybe it's a birthday, maybe somebody's getting married or an anniversary, they're having their first child, someone's graduating, those home anniversary, things like that. Those are those personal touches where maybe we want to, do a phone call or a text, or a handwritten note. Okay. So those are more personal touches. And then there's touches maybe geared around like holidays or events, client events, things like that. You're gonna wish them Merry Christmas. You're gonna do client appreciation party. You're gonna do a pie giveaway. I don't know, but those are all reasons to be touching and getting in front of your database on a regular basis, right? So those are just ideas. Do you guys have other, and I really want some participation today, what other types of touches do you guys do on a regular basis to your clients or to your database? Anyone? I mean, okay, well, good. You hopefully are all taking notes here.
Well, I haven't lately, but I did have a subscription at one time that did like drop texting. Or I can't think what you call it right now, but where you like leave voicemails without their phone ringing, that type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't done that, but I used to do that in combination with texting, emailing, phone calls. Then I used to do that. I think they call it drop texting, or I can't think what it's called now, but at one time I used to do
slide dial, and
yeah, I think slide dial was actually the one I used.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did do that, and then again, I've been bad about it. I'm in the process of redoing everything right now, which is why this call was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, that, and then was it? Oh, and then I did have a monthly newsletter that, again, kind of when I switched my system to KB Core, that's kind of when I let a lot of it go because I just never finished transferring everything over.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I'm working on now, is trying to fill in those gaps that are missing or that I never fully restarted. But yeah, that's kind of some of the things that I did have going in the past.
Yeah. Okay. So I would start.
What about Kelly? What about send out cards?
Absolutely. And we use those a lot.
You do?
Yep, we do. I don't think it's send out. Who's the Bruce? What's the company we use?
We use so for our buyer and sellers, we use a company called AM Cards. We can
Oh, yeah.
create our own, and
Yep.
that they give us a lot of options.
Yeah, so
Um,
AM cards. But yeah, I think that to me, that's a step up from just a standard mailer or something that goes out that feels pretty much like, oh, I'm one of 1,000 people that got this, to now you've personalized it, even though it's a pre-printed signature of yours, right, in the card. You can really personalize those in a nice way. So yeah, that's a great company, right, to use. Now, some
Yeah.
of these things like that we're going to talk about today are you've got to pay for these services, right? So I think y'all have to pick and choose. There's a lot of free things that you can do just with what you already have. And then obviously there are some companies that help us automate some of this stuff, which, you'll have to just see what works in your budget. But, you know, first and foremost, if you do not have a database or a CRM system, some people will have a database. Let's just say they use Outlook, or they use, like just a Excel spreadsheet. I hate to say it, but there are people that still use just an Excel spreadsheet to keep track of their people, right? That's great. It's a start, but really investing in a CRM system, which is basically a contact, or client retention management system, whatever. It's a lot of those CRMs or databases have some built-in functions or features in them that will allow you to do some sending out, as part of that system, or schedule some things that can go out, around birthdays or home anniversaries, that are already part of that system. So whatever you're using, look at what that CRM or that database system allows you to do from a scheduling or a send out type of system that will give you some free stuff, right? That's already built in. Use what you have free to the maximum, right? Like I said, a lot of those things are super easy. We get a client, we sell them a house, we already know that what their home anniversary is going to be. Our CRM allows us to send out, or set up a reminder that, oh, it's a home anniversary, and we can send out a home anniversary touch to them. We already, if you're good at collecting information from your clients, which I would tell you, if you don't have a client information sheet, you should create one. And we can share the one that we use. I'll have Bruce maybe put a link to that in the chat box, but you're collecting names, you're collecting birth dates, you're collecting emails, you're collecting phone numbers. Birth dates, not everybody wants to give you those, but if you can get them from the clients along with maybe all of their kids, if they have kids, that's a great way to just send out something personal, a touch on their birthday. Kids love to get that stuff. I mean, it's like, holy moly, that's liquid gold right there. So I would just definitely say, create a client information sheet where you're getting that information. Then when you put it into your database, you already have so much information right there that you can build a handful of touches around. Okay. So let's talk about easy touches, since you guys aren't, and maybe it'll just ring a bell where you go, oh, I do that. And then feel free to chime on in and throw out ideas that you do. But some of the things that we do that are just super easy is, like we said, a home anniversary touch. Perfect, right? Once a year, that's one touch. A happy birthday touch. Now you got 2 touches for your client already. You do a monthly newsletter. There's 12 more touches, right? So now we're up to 14 touches for that client already. And those are simple things. A market update, 12 more touches, right? Now we're to 26 touches for these people, or for that one person in your database. We're 26 touches. And this is stuff that we're probably already doing, right? A market update. Your broker probably publishes one of those. If not, your MLS, you can get a market update. Lots of resources that provide you that information online. Easy to get, easy to put together, and quickly put out to your database. And now you've already touched them 26 times and you really haven't had to think about anything. Now think about throwing in holidays, right there, Valentine's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Veterans Day, Memorial Day, all of those things right there. Now you've just shared or just added another probably 10 to 12 touches that are just super easy, right? Then as you go through hopefully this is part of your daily, if not daily, weekly kind of lead gen stuff where you're perusing through social media, right? And you're looking at who's getting married, who's graduating, who had a baby, things like that. You can like, which I'm going to tell you to go a few steps beyond, comment. And if not, if you really know these people, here's where the personal touch comes in. Send them a quick video text or at least a voice text. Hey, saw on Facebook that you guys just had a baby. So excited for you guys. Bruce and I are thinking about you. And if we can help in any way, you need a babysitter for a night, I'm in, right? Like whatever you joke, you can. Yeah, you're not. I know you're not, Bruce, but I am. So anyway, those are just quick, easy personal touch that people are like, wow, like they took that extra second to just reach out. Or if it's a birthday, instead of a happy birthday on Facebook, do the text, right? Hey, it's Kelly. Saw it's your birthday. I'm thinking about you today. I hope you're really going to do something great to celebrate you today. And if they're really a close friend, I'm going to send you I'm going to email over you a Starbucks gift card for $10. Happy birthday. Go have a coffee on me today. Those are just ways to like really cement that personal touch that like, she just liked my comment or my post. And, now I'm one of 100 or one of 1,000 that she did this week, not very personal. Take it to the next personal level where that doesn't cost you anything but time, right? And how many people are having a birthday that are in your database on any one given day? Maybe 2 or 3, maybe 5 if you're crazy. It's a busy month for birthdays. I don't know. But those are just really easy things to do in the morning. It take you 10 seconds per person to just do a voice text to somebody. Happy birthday. Hey, we're really thinking of you. And one thing Bruce and I do, like as we'll get into more how we can automate this in a little bit, but birthdays and home anniversaries are so easy because Bruce and I do one video every year. We do a birthday video. It's generic. We're not saying anybody's name, but we say, hey, buddy, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Or, we're so excited to wish you happy birthday today. And we make it sound like it was made just for them. And then every time there's a birthday, Bruce sends out that little video and emails, and it goes out to them at 7 a.m. in the morning. So we're like one of the first messages they get that day. And we get so many people emailing us back like, thanks, you guys. Thanks for thinking of us, or thanks for thinking of me. And it's just a really personal touch, but we do one video. That's it. Takes us 30 seconds. We also do a home anniversary video, right? So we just do one and it goes out, and every year we make a new one so that we're not sending the same one out multiple years in a row, right? Every year we just make one new video, and it's a quick, easy way to do that. And Bruce, like we use BombBomb. I don't know if you guys, use BombBomb video. That's something that we pay for, but it is a program, that we pay for and we use so that we can mass email videos. Because video is kind of difficult to pre-schedule or, mass email. So we do have an outside source that helps us automate some of that. So I don't want to get into too much of that because Bruce will talk on that, and he's the one that really does all the automation of our stuff. So I'll let him talk about it. But those are just super easy touches. And right there, you're probably already well over 30 touches just with holidays, birthday, home anniversary, monthly newsletter, market updates. Okay. Now you go into, if you do any client events, or you do anything special, there's events coming up in your area. Maybe you guys volunteer on a monthly basis. We haven't been doing as much of that lately, but we used to volunteer once a month. We would pick a cause in the area, and we would invite our clients to come help participate. Maybe we're out picking up garbage, cleaning up a park. Maybe we're helping. We have a Seasons Hospice here in our town that we go help them set up in the spring all their furniture and get it all ready for the season. And and power wash and do all of that stuff. And we invite clients to come help us. And your clients want to help you support your community. And you'd be surprised how many people would turn up from your database if you invite them out to help you, give back to the community. They're always looking for ways to do that. So, don't forget about those types of things, that you can send out a quick video or a quick text to touch your database. And invite them. And that's just, again, a way to stay in front. They're looking at you now outside of just giving real estate information. You're giving back to your community. You're giving back to them. You're providing value in what's happening in the market, but they're seeing you really be contributors to your community, right? And they feel good now working with people who are good people. And so these are the kind of touches and the reasons why we want to stay in front of our database and our clients, so that they know we do more than just real estate. We're good people. We give back. We care. And when they need real estate help, they want to work with good people that care. So just keep that in mind as you're thinking about your touches. Did that spark any, like, oh yeah, we do that, or I can do this, or I could create a touch around something? Anybody get any ideas from some of that?
We do pop buys. We did one for 4th of July, and then usually right as fall gets there, I'll bake a bunch of like pumpkin bread, or and then wrap, because I can make hundreds of little mini loaves, and we just wrap them in saran wrap and tie them cute, and then just go drop them off at our clients and friends, and just those type of things. We do that. And then I do a bi-monthly magazine through one of the reminder media where they get the magazine, but it's a health one, so a lot of people really like that. It's a little different. It's more health conscious lifestyle.
Right. Add
ways.
value for sure. Yes, I love that.
The CRM is my
idea.
I have the database. I'm the Excel database. I'm working on it. So that's my problem. I have lots and lots of, but I'm getting there. That's my goal for this.
Good. Hey, it's a starting point, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but what I'm saying is you'll find that if you can get some type of an actual CRM system, it will just help you guys simplify those touches, right? I mean, you're going to go through all the work to put it into this Excel spreadsheet or to put it into something, then put it into something that's going to help make your life easier as well.
Yeah,
right?
I agree. The automation for that is nice. And we collect, what we do is at the title company, we'll collect, because they have to get their driver's license. So like my title company, who I work with all the time, they kind of know, like they send me their birthday. So I don't have to necessarily always ask, but the title company, they get their driver's license. So then I can get the birthday from there. So I have the information. It's just not automated.
Yes. Awesome. And I will tell you guys, so like our area title company, they won't share any of that information. So you might not get as, much cooperation, and depending the area that you're working on, but the title companies are great resources for that information, especially at closings. Don't forget about your clients who are moving. Like, we always think about, oh, the buyer, great, they're buying, we now have their house address, we have their whatever, and we put that in the information. Don't forget about your sellers that are moving, whether they're moving out of the area, you still can stay in touch with them. The touches just might be different, right? Like, hey, did you know I can help you connect with a real estate agent anywhere in the country? Did you know that, if you have family moving anywhere in the country, I can be your resource and help you vet and find a good agent, right? Your touches just might be geared differently to those people that are out of the area. But don't forget about those people, and you can collect their forwarding address at closing. Where are you going to be moving to? How can I stay in touch with you? I'd love to just stay in touch and find out how you're doing in your next chapter. So don't forget about those. We do a ton of business just by referrals. So that's a whole new niche of business you don't want to give up by forgetting to stay in touch with the sellers that have moved on. Okay. But I love the Popeye events, and thanks, Angela, for sharing in the chat. If you guys don't see that, she put a link to marketdwellings.com, or a company that they do a lot of give you a lot of great ideas for Popeyes and other things. And yes, I'm all about robbing and duplicating from other people. So no reason to reinvent the wheel. Any other touches that you guys do that you've had some success with?
Yeah, I was gonna say this might be overkill, but like I said, over, few years, I kind of developed it. But basically, I don't know what you want to call it, drip campaigns, paths, however you want to look at it. So instead of keeping everything kind of generic, like you've got your buyers, you've got your home anniversary, type things, I also have different things set up. So if it's somebody, for example, that was a prospect, and let's say they had credit issues and they can't buy right now, I have a whole credit touch type drip campaign that gives them information, things to do, that makes it look like I'm checking up on them. Then I actually put task in there to, check up every 3 months and give them a call, see how they're doing, what do they need. I have a FISBO program. So I also have a touch thing where if it's a FISBO that I contact, I start sending them things such as, hey, let's take a look at your pictures. I'll do some free pictures for you for your FISBO. If you want me to do that, give me a call. I do things like that. So I have several different, I don't know what you want to call it, paths, touches, depending on their situation. So it's not like completely generic. They're like, oh my God, I get stuff like this all the time. You know what I mean? This doesn't really apply to me.
Yep.
I try to keep it where it actually applies to the person or set of people I'm sending it to, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. And there are many, I mean, like I said, many ways to skin this cat, right? Many books you can read to set up different touch systems for buyers, touch systems for sellers, as you're nurturing them, I guess, and staying in touch with them till they're ready to do something. So yeah, feel free. I mean, this is where your creative license can go hog wild, right? On how you can come up with ways to just stay in touch. We don't care how you do it. We're just telling you, you need to do it, right? Because if you're not, I am. So, bottom line, there's someone out there that is. So if you're not going to stay in touch in front of your people that you have taken the time to put into your database, somebody else will be. And so, especially in the day and age of technology, buyers and sellers and people see 1,000 real estate people every day, right? Doing things, posting things, Instagram, all of that. So you need to make it more unique to your people, to your database, so that they remember you. Okay. And so on that note, sometimes creating touches around, like I mentioned, holidays, right? Maybe not the not so popular holidays. I mean, obviously you still want to wish people a Merry Christmas and a Happy Thanksgiving and all of the basic ones, but maybe finding some really fun, unique ones. Like, I know Bruce and I have done touches around National Pet Day, right? So people, like, the pet industry is massive. This is like, you could just have phenomenal events all about pets. Bring your pets. Send me a picture of your pet. You could do posts on a post to your whole database about share a picture of your pet today. I think we did one where we said dress up your pet and take a picture and send it to us, and then we posted it sharing all of our clients and their pets, right? People love that stuff. We're doing one this Friday. It's National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day, and we're going to Crumble Cookie here. I don't know if you guys have a Crumble Cookie where you are, but they're awesome. We have one here in Rochester, and we're going to be there for an hour on Friday, and we're asking people to come on down, and we're going to buy you a cookie to help celebrate National Cookie Day. Right now, we might get 2 people, we might get 20 people, but it's a touch that's going out to our database, and we're inviting them to come on down for something free. Now, whether they choose to do it or not, that's up to them. But that's not what the touch is about. The touch is that we're offering something to them that they can come have.
That's not what the touch is about. The touch is about celebrating my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
Nobody shows up, I get all the chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah. So, we do a quick video to our database. It's like we did it. I think we're doing it today or yesterday. We did it and we sent it out, and then we'll do it again Friday morning, reminding them that, hey, we're here from, 11 to 12 today. Come on down and get your cookie, right? So there's 2 more touches just in 1 week around a fun, unique day versus the standard holidays where you might get lost amongst all the other businesses and realtors that are doing the same thing on Christmas and Thanksgiving and whatever. Pick a few things that might be really fun and unique that you can build around. Okay.
Kelly, what system are you using to do that with? Because I use an app called TNT, it's text and touch. So every month I go through and I pick out, they've got different designs and they put my picture in. And so it's one of those that anyone can use, and realtors all over America or anywhere. And it gives them a happy 4th of July. And so it's a text that they get from me, and it's a marketing phone number. So is that similar to what you're using, or what do you do?
Bruce, I'll let you chime in.
So I hope this answers your question. We went right to Crumble Cookie and we shot 2 videos, a pre-video and a day of video. The pre-video I posted yesterday. And I also went through our CRM, which is KV Core, and I texted all of our VIPs and emailed all of our VIPs about the event coming up as a save the date. So I did that right through the CRM. So all that's free. And I actually put the video in the email. And then I went and I scheduled so we have a Facebook VIP group. And so I went on Facebook and I scheduled our day of email to go out at 7 o'clock on Friday morning to our VIP group. So that's part of the automation, but again, it's all free. So I hope, and Friday morning, I'll also go back through KV Core and I will text and email all of our database and our VIPs again, just to let them know that we're going to be there. So,
well, this excites me because I have KV Core and I don't know how to use it. So I need training, and I've been with Red One 2 or 3 years and they provide us KV Core, but I know nothing about it. So this is where I need to get some training.
Well, maybe that's a future thing. Maybe we should do a KV Core training. And I know not everybody uses KV Core, but if you do, you could chime on in and learn how to use some of their basic functions. But like Bruce said, a lot of this stuff is free, right? Or part of what you're already paying for through either your broker or maybe some other programs that you have. Use those. Like we have a company that we work with called Keeping Current Matters, Bruce, or Keeping Matters Current, one of the two, or something like that.
Keeping Matters Current.
Keeping Current Matters.
Yeah. And so they do, they create the monthly newsletter for us. We just need to send it out, so they're already doing a lot of that stuff for us. So, you take advantage of those free kind of touches and things that you can use. Now how you distribute those, might require some additional services like MailChimp, or like we use BombBomb for doing mass emails, on a large scale. But again, I just learned just from this week from Bruce that when he does some of this automated stuff, like he can go into just his text, go on his phone, go into the text app that you use, and he can go in and schedule for a text to go out tomorrow. So every day, if he knows he's going to send out texts tomorrow, or for the whole month, he wants to send out birthday texts on their birthday, he goes in, whoever's got a birthday this month, or whoever's got a home anniversary this month, he goes in and can just do a pre-scheduled text. So they're all set up. He does it one day of the month and they're set up for the whole month to go out on
that in KV Core?
No, that's just through his text app on his phone.
My thunder.
What did you say, Bruce?
I said she's killing me. She's stealing my thunder.
Oh, sorry, honey. I'm just saying, there's a lot of free ways to just use what you have.
Can I come to Minnesota and learn and go through this? Because I want to see it. I'm one of those touch and feel, so I can know how to do it.
we'll do a little Zoom thing, and I can figure out how to share my phone, and I can show you how to do it.
Well, why don't, that's a really good transition. So Bruce, why don't you start talking about how people can automate some of these things that are super easy?
So real quick, I just want to let you guys know that everything that you're hearing, we probably didn't invent. We robbed and duplicated and made it our own. Really, I mean, that's what these are for, right? And also, we didn't just come up with this overnight. We've been working on this for 15, 18 years, right? So you're seeing a culmination of a lot of time, effort, and energy built into systems and models that end up working for us. And we've gone through a ton of stuff that hasn't worked. So we kind of try stuff, we weed it out, And this is just what works for us. You know, it doesn't mean it's going to work for you, but I would say if you're not doing anything, do something, right? At least touch them once a month, and start with just putting something once a month on your calendar to get something out and make it a priority. And as you see results, add another one, right? Add it to the like the 1st and the 15th. And then when you see results to that, add one more, right? And then once you're at 3 a month, there's 36 touches just at 3 a month, right? That's huge. So if I go through just a just a little bit of what we do for automation, because that's kind of the whole thing. There's free automation, and we touched on it a little bit through your CRM. So if I take the birthdays, for example, our CRM KV Core, we collect all the birthdays from our clients, and then we set them up. There's a little area in KV Core where I put the birthday in, and I just turn this little switch on, and it sends out a text message on their birthday to that person, right? The other thing that I do with birthdays is we go above and beyond. Like Kelly said, we do a video once a year, and then through BombBomb. And so I go and I schedule that video to go out at 7 o'clock in the morning on the day of their birthday. Okay. And then I also, like Kelly said, I set up a personal text message. I do this once a month. So I go through all of our birthdays once a month. I set up the videos to schedule, and I set up the scheduled text message that personally comes from me for everybody's birthdays. So you know, that's set up once a month. I do it maybe the 25th or 26th of the month for the next month, and then I'm all done for another month. At the same time, I do the exact same thing for home anniversaries. KV Core, now, so all of this is free. So in KV Core, you put in their home anniversary when they bought, and KV Core will also send out a text message to them, you know, telling them it's their home anniversary. I do another personal text for that, and Kelly and I are actually going to shoot a video for that so that we can send that out through BombBomb as well. So there's another you know, another automated free touch through the CRM system. The other thing that you can do is in any CRM system, you can set up campaigns, right? You can do the very basic, what I call basic stuff, where you could, if you wanted to touch them 3 times a month, you could set up a campaign that includes email and text. And there are many systems out there that will tell you exactly what to do, and what verbiage you should use, and different ideas. But you could set up that campaign for 3 touches a month. And once you get this campaign set up in your CRM, you add your people to it, and it's automated. It's free, it's automated. You're not paying any more. You're using the CRM that you've already probably either get through your brokerage or that you pay for every month anyway. So that's a very easy thing. We did that in the past, and it worked out extremely well because we didn't even have to think about what we were doing. You know, every so often you have to go in and tweak it for different days of like holidays and things. But we've taken it to another level because of our video training coaching program that we're in. And we actually automate videos. So we send videos instead of just doing, I don't have anybody on a campaign or a generic campaign. We just do videos like monthly newsletter videos, monthly market update videos, birthday, home anniversary videos, holiday videos, video texting. So everything's video. Everybody sees us on the video, and it makes it more personal. Even if you shoot a generic video, it's still personal because you're seeing us, and not only hearing us, but you're seeing us, right? So the other cool thing, and I want to share my screen real quick. You can use Chat GPT, and I am not sure if any of you use it or how you use it, but I'll share my screen here, and I just want to show you guys how this works and what I did. So tell me if you can you guys see this?
Yep.
Because I gotta move some of my stuff around. So I just went into Chat GPT, and I do have the paid version. You can get a free version. So I'm on the free automation. But Chat GPT can, if you put in the right prompt, it can devise you an entire year's worth of content within seconds. Okay. So I'll read the prompt to you that I put in there. And I can also copy it into the chat. But it says, I'd like you to help me come up with a 12-month content schedule by month for my communication touches to my clients and my database that has the best chance of helping me stay in contact with them. Some of the content, 65%, needs to be engaging and add value, and the rest, 35%, needs to be personal about their life events and happenings. I'll tell you my main target keyword in the prompt below. Please come up with a clickbait style list of ideas for these touches. Please organize these content titles in a nice looking table so that it looks like a calendar. Each month should be separated into its own table. The keyword I'm targeting is real estate. It says, sure, I'd be happy to help you come up with a 12-month yada yada. So here's what it did. It came up with January's content. It gives me dates. It gives me the engaging content or the value add, and then it gives me personal content ideas, right? So it does it for every single month. And the cool thing is, if you like it, great. If you don't like it, then what you do is you just ask it again to regenerate new ideas. So you could keep this right over here in the side. It saves your chat, right? So you could come in here and every year, you could use this once a year, or you could use this multiple times a year. And you could just say, you know what, change up the engaging content and the personal content in each one of the months, and you'll get brand new content. So we all search for content. That's the hardest thing, especially if you are not very good at coming up with your own ideas, which I'd rather rob and duplicate. But when ChatGPT came out, it's amazing. It will come up with your content ideas for you, and you can pick and choose. And you can copy this. You can copy it to a Word doc. You can copy it to an Excel sheet, and you'll have it for the entire year. And then just go plug these into your CRM, and it's amazing.
And it probably took you less than 5 minutes to type that up, whatever. And now you've got your whole content for the year for touches.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. I'm gonna just add this to the chat so that you guys have the prompt to be able to use in there. So that's a great way to come up with content, right? So
I think part of that too is, building your touch systems. That's what's really hard, right? Is people are like, okay, what am I going to do? I got to set all this up. I got to come up with what are the touches going to be? Well, what we just gave you, right? Just examples of either birthday, home anniversary, newsletter, monthly update. Right there, you got, almost 30 of them in general holidays, 30 of them. So there's your ideas. You already have them. Now you can plug this into a Chat GPT or your AI program that you might use, and it'll just further give you some more specific content ideas. So now the thinking part is off the table. You don't have to do it. Now you just have to do the touch, right? Just go do it. So,
and you can get hyper localized with Chat GPT. You could put in your city or your county or your area or whatever you want to do if you want to localize it. And it will definitely do that for you, which let's use the automation that we have that's given to us to be able to better our business. And because somebody's going to use it, like Kelly said, if you're not doing it and you and I are in the same area, I'm doing it. I'm going to get your clients. It's just like one of the things that we do when another agent brings a buyer to one of our listings and we close. I take the name of that buyer that closed on that house. I know where they live. I know their name. I'll look them up on white pages or search them. I'll get phone numbers. I'll get email addresses. And guess what? They go into our database, and I'm the one that's touching base with them, because there's a great chance that the other agent isn't going to keep in touch with them as much as we are.
Yeah.
So
that's a great point. If you're on the selling side, you have all the information for the buyer. You can start now marketing to that buyer that you didn't use once this close, or that you didn't represent, because 9 times out of 10, that other realtor isn't going to stay in touch because the sale is over, right? So just think of how many additional clients you can add right to your database just from the other side of the transaction. The other thing
Exactly.
too is
So,
from a value add, just before you continue, Bruce, a
Yeah.
couple other value add touches that are really super easy, you guys. A reminder for homesteading taxes. If you're in an area that is, homesteads, send out that reminder after they close on their house. Add that touch into your schedule of when you want to reach out to that client to remind them of that. Or like taxes are coming due, right? If they're not on a situation where they've already got that escrowed into their payment, send out tax reminders of when their property taxes are due. So think about those types of really simple, easy touches where you can get back in front of your clients and add value, and so you're staying top of mind.
yeah, and again, all of this that I've been talking about is free so far.
Yep.
Did somebody have a question? I'm sorry.
So this is Julie. I don't have my camera on. I'm having issues today, but I was going to say for the totally forgot what I was going to talk about. One for the ChatGPT. I had started doing it because, like I said, I had all those things set up, and I'm kind of checking, putting them into the new system. I did use, for anybody who does not have any drip campaigns, like you're just starting something like that, ChatGPT actually created a whole years of drip. It gave me what to text, when to text, it gave me the content for the emails. It even put in there when to call. So it set everything up, and I was kind of going through comparing what it had versus what I had, and kind of, I guess, adding to, changing that a little bit. So for anybody who does not have anything, ChatGPT is like awesome to get you started.
Right. It's like having an assistant, really. I mean,
Yes.
Think about that.
Yeah. And then the other thing, you mentioned the homestead. So another thing that I do is I actually email them the form. So the touch, is kind of talking to the reminder. I actually attach the form. And depending on the client, sometimes I fill it out for them, to where all they have to do is sign it and send it. It just kind of depends on, the client.
Well, and your area, right? Like,
Yes, right.
If you have the form available to give them. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Thanks, Julie. Those are great ideas. Okay, Bruce, back to you.
Okay, sorry, I was just answering Amber's question in the chat. So let's go on to some paid automation, right? You can pay for MailChimp, BombBomb, HomeBot, Keeping Current Matters, ChatGPT, HighNote. And so here's how, and we do all of these. So here's how we use some of those. Actually, we don't use MailChimp, but so there's a what am I looking for? There's a exterior company called HomeBot, and we put all our clients in there, and HomeBot gives them a monthly valuation on their house and shows them charts and reasons that their area is either going up or down, and equity in their home and their mortgage and their what they could do with their equity and how they could use it. So we send that out on a monthly system, and that's actually a paid system that we use. BombBomb, we do birthday, home anniversary, buyer and seller touches, weekly did you know emails, and all of that is video, right? So we create our video, we upload it, BombBomb stores it, and then we create our own emails through BombBomb and send out that information. Keeping Current Matters, they provide inside BombBomb, they have a integration with BombBomb where you get a monthly Keeping Current Matters newsletter that's already pre-made, and it's branded to you. And what we do is we just shoot a quick little 15-second intro video, and we add it to that email. And then I add our monthly newsletter, or excuse me, our monthly market update video to that newsletter, and then send it out, schedule it, and send it out once a month, or on the 12th or the 15th of the month. ChatGPT, you can pay for that. That's it's pretty cheap. It's like $20 a month. But it
That's like the best
enhances
20
everything that
bucks a
you
month.
can. Yeah. Yeah. It enhances everything that you can do with what you want. And to Julia's point, if you have a question, if you have an issue that you're dealing with, if you're having something that you're struggling with in your real estate business, just put it in ChatGPT and ask it. Ask it the question, right? It'll come up with an answer. It'll spark a new question for you. And as you go through that, you'll figure out what you didn't have, right? You'll figure out the questions that you need to ask ChatGPT to get the answers that you didn't even know that you needed, right? And it's just it's an amazing tool. We use another company called High Note, and we create video presentations for buyer presentations, listing presentations, buyer and sellers who are buying and selling, agent attraction. It's just whatever you can think of, you can create presentations in there. So that's an amazing too. And that's a paid deal, but it's all automated. And when we say automated, we're just talking about being able to schedule, right? We're talking about taking some time at the beginning of the month and automating or scheduling all of your touches. And sometimes you can schedule them out for 12 months and just do it once. Sometimes you automate them and schedule them once a month for the upcoming month. It makes you look like you're on top of your business, right? And for me, at the level that we're at, for the length of time that we've been doing it, my automation for all of August took me probably, I'll stretch it out and say 4 hours, right? So, and I did that I did that this last Monday afternoon. And it took me 4 hours, and I got all my birthdays, home anniversaries, newsletters, market updates, all of my holiday posts.
And let's be real, you guys, we've talked about this in past, like time management and things like that. If you put this on your schedule to do it maybe the last couple days of every month to prepare for the next month, and you just do it, like Bruce said, then you're just staying on top of everything, and you look like you're on top of it because you are on top of it, right? But if we know as real estate agents, our day-to-day changes. Like you might go, oh, I don't have anything going on today, and the next thing you know, you got 3 appointments, right? So to say, oh, I'll wait and I'll do that later, our day can be disrupted, and then we never get to it. And so then consistency fails. And the whole point of the touch system is that you are consistent with these touches, so that you are staying top of mind. If you're only going to wish them a happy birthday once, or you're going to comment once, but then they don't hear from you for another 12 months, that's not staying top of mind, right? So the consistency is key. And so if you can block off 2 to 4 hours once a month to get everything set up for the entire month, that's definitely going to be worth your time.
So real quick, just to kind of wrap up my portion, there's a lot. It's like drinking from a fire hose. But again, we've been doing this for years. We've robbed and duplicated. We've made it our own. You should just start, and this gives you a cool opportunity to just go back and look at your business, look at it from how your clients and database sees it, right? Because that's the most important, how they view you, right? And I think if you take the time to be able to set aside an hour a day, some people are really good at setting aside an hour a day, being able to do that. Other people are able to set aside 4 hours and not get interrupted and just do the whole thing, right? Whatever works for you, that's great, but just do something, and get started. And if you're already started, go in and tweak it, go in and add some more, see if you're staying consistent enough with your database that keeps you top of mind, and you're the only one that can decide how to do that and how many times that is. I did put my email in the chat. I know that we're running out of time. We want to leave a little bit of time for questions, but I put my email in the chat. If you guys want to reach out and talk about anything that we've discussed or any notes that you might have taken, because if you take notes like I do, they don't make any sense after the Zoom meetings at all. So, you know,
So the takeaways, you guys, are get a database or something that will allow you to have some kind of built-in, you know, help, right? For doing some of this stuff. Be consistent with it and think about the variety of touches. So not all business related, you know, take advantage of the value add, the personal, and then maybe built around clients, client events or volunteer events. And then maybe just be unique with them, right? Don't do the mainstream typical things that everybody else does. Try to stand out a little bit more. You know, we had a presentation last week with Joe and his client gifting that really makes him stand out. Think about how you can do some of the things you already do, but to maximize them on a touch level. Like our client gift we give for closing, we use Amazing Clubs, and it's a quarterly gift. So that's 4 touches. So we're not only at the closing, then they get 4 quarterly touches for the next year from us that we're in front of them, that we've already set up and it's automated. We don't have to think about it, but they're going to think of us 4 more times throughout the year. So try to maximize the things that you're doing. If you give a client gift, could you give a client gift that, you know, will provide you some longevity, you know, of touches, right? Things like that. Just try to maximize the things you already do to give you the most value and help you stay top of mind. Any questions from anybody?
I like to keep all of my notes on everyone in my Google. So no matter what CRM I have or anything, and I separate people out by group. So it's a client, an active client, a potential client, and to separate them, that way I can produce a spreadsheet quickly, and I keep it all on my phone. So if I lose my phone or a computer dies, I have it all there. So I don't know. I mean, Bruce, I had your email and everything ahead of time because I stalk people, and anything that I can have notes on in these groups, I've created a KMC group on my phone. So anyone that I've met in KMC, I have like where they're from and different things that, you know, anytime I see something on our videos, I keep notes. And so I have over 7,000 contacts in my phone because I've been doing this for years. And they taught me that in my training at Coldwell Banker, is to keep notes on everyone about everything, because you can't possibly remember how you know them, or if they call me up on a house. I mean, I leave a note of when they called me, when I met them. That way, in future reference, if it comes back, I know where it was and when it began and how, just all those details.
I just think whatever works for you, you need to do, right? If it's, and I too, I'm the same way. I keep my Google notes and my files there in my Gmail. So I have all my correspondence. But the dates and the emails and the phone numbers and the birthdays and all of that, definitely get that in your database as well, because if you're missing those pieces of information, it's really hard to automate, you know, a lot of that stuff.
But can't I just put that in an Excel spreadsheet and import it? That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Because I have everything already in one place, I can pull it out. And that's what I did with the TNT for the text to touch. I just pulled out my client list, and because I already have, you know, groups, different groups.
Yep. Perfect.
Something I started doing in the past probably a couple months, 2-3 months, is I use Notion as well. And I kind of got to the thing with KV when it started becoming my new CRM. I just get overwhelmed by the amount of notifications and everything it gives. And it's just, I don't know, too much. Maybe it's the amount of people I have in my database. I don't know. But I had started using, there's a CRM in Notion. I started using it basically for prospects. So if I'm in a grocery store, or somebody says, hey, my friend's looking for a house, here's her name and number, they go in there first, I keep them in there. And that's where I kind of do, like Amber said, I put any information about anything. I don't care if you give me your dog's name. I don't care what you give me. It goes in there. And then that way, when I talk to them again, you know, they're going to remember the conversation because I bring up stuff that we talked about. You know, oh, I think last time I talked to you was probably 6 months ago, you know, you were buying a car for your daughter, you know. So it clicks with them on the conversation. I do that at the beginning, basically because maybe I don't know where to put them yet. Maybe I don't know if, you know, are they looking to buy right away? Are they only thinking about it? Are they new construction? Are they wanting to do a vacation rental home? Like, if I don't know what to do with them yet, they kind of stay there until I build that connection and I know kind of like where to put them for the future touches, if that makes sense.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, again, there's no one way to do this, you guys. You have to do it in a way that works for you, that you'll consistently do, right? So if it's easy and it's a way that helps you do it, and for you easy access and easy to just update everything, do it. Like I said, I don't care, you know, if you want to keep using your Excel spreadsheet, great. You know, if that's what works for you, super. You just need to be consistent. And then that's the key takeaway, is staying in front of who you have in your system consistently, and at least probably 30 to 40 times a year, so that you are the one who is top of mind. You're the one they think of when they have a real estate question, when they have a real estate need, or when someone else asks them if they know a good realtor because they're looking for either to buy or sell or help, right? You want to be the person that pops in their brain. And the only way that you can do that is to stay in front of them consistently all the time. Okay. So
Hey, everybody,
hopefully-
I got a hard stop at 10 o'clock. I got to take off.
Yep, I do too. I got a closing. So if you guys have any additional questions here, feel free to reach out to us. Go into Empire Masterminds. If there's future stuff from this that you want more training on, give us some ideas. You know, it's kind of the whole thing about, I can go into Chat GPT and, you know, come up with ideas, but it's more beneficial if we're doing ideas that work for you guys. Okay. So throw that in Empire Masterminds and I will create some trainings around what you guys are looking for. Okay. Awesome. You guys have a great day. Thanks so much for tuning in today, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Kelly and Bruce.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys. All right. Bye-bye.